And now notice there's nothing below. Here, let me get to that. We have nothing here or here, right? We don't have anything there. So what I like to do for these empty spots, I like to put zeros, as you can see, just as placeholders. Now we're going to add. Okay, so we have x to the 4 plus 0, that's x to the 4. X cubed plus 0, that's x cubed. Minus 5x squared plus 7x squared, that's 2x squared, right? Again, we're combining like terms the same way. This is just a little more visual. Minus 3x and 3x is 0. 5 and 1, that's a 6. So now these are our answers. Actually, our answer is a polynomial with these terms. And so we write our answer in standard form. You don't have to put the 0 here, so we can just leave it off. You can see we get the same answer. To me, at least, this is a little more visual. So, okay. All right, so that is one example, but let's do some others. Are there any questions about this? Okay. So here, let's do another one then. So here again, we're adding, right? Now I think, okay, the one with more terms, I like to put on top. And you could do that because when you're adding, remember, order doesn't matter. Now, I know these are variables, but they still represent real numbers. So addition is still commutative. With subtraction, however, you don't get a choice, so to say, because subtraction is not commutative. Okay, so I put the terms in their own columns, 5x to the 5th, minus 3x to the 4, the minus stays with it. There's no x cubed term here, right? So I'm going to use 0 as a placeholder. X squared, that goes in here. Minus x goes in the next column. 10 goes in the next column. Okay, so that's what's happening here. Okay. Okay, so what's next? We take care of the second polynomial. As you can see, that's what we do. Notice 12x to the 4 doesn't go in the first column here, right? And why is that? This is a term of degree 4. This term is of degree 5. So 5x to the 5th and 12x to the 4, those are not like terms. So you don't put them in the same column. This, however, goes in the second column. And I did put a 0 here as a placeholder, as you can see. The minus 4x cubed, right? Well, this column has a 0 for the x cubed term, so that goes in this column. Minus 5x squared, well, its like term is x squared, so that goes here. There's no x term, so I put 0 as a placeholder. 5 and 10, right? 5 goes in this column because 5 and 10 are like terms. Now we're ready to combine. We're ready to add. So we do that. And oh, there we go. Okay. Anyway, we get 5x to the 5th, right? We add minus 3x to the 4 plus 12x to the 4, right? That is 9x to the 4. 0 plus minus 4x cubed, that's minus, remember we're adding here, minus 4x cubed, x squared, yeah?
Can you explain why the negative 4x to the 3rd would go along with the 0?
Okay, well, here we had the term for minus 3x to the 4, right? Okay, actually, let me go back, that should help. Nope. Oh, sorry. So here when we were making the column, right, from the first polynomial, one column was for the 5x to the 5th. The next column was for the minus 3x to the 4, right? Now, there's no x cubed term here, so I put 0 in as a placeholder. But this would be for x cubed. The next term is x squared. Okay, so this is basically handling the x cubed term from here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. I mean, if you want to help make it easier, I've done this in the past also. Maybe this will help you. Instead of writing 0, I would write 0x cubed. I mean, you could do that also if you want. That's actually what I did last semester. I mean, I don't know if it worked, but
I think that would be easier for me to see it visually, so thank you.
0x. Okay, I'll do that for everyone. I'll do that for everyone from now on. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. So we have that. No, wait. Wrong button. There we go. Okay. Don't know why that's there. This slide's now. Here we go. But anyway, this was 0x cubed. Remember, let me just write that in over here. Okay. So you could do that actually. Instead of writing just 0, if you want to write 0x cubed, you can do that. That's actually what I did again. I did that last semester. And I hope people liked it. But anyway, when you combine, you get minus 4x cubed, right? When you combine these, you get minus 4x squared, okay? Minus x plus 0 is minus x. 10 and 5, right? That becomes 15. So the polynomial, the answer that is made up of these terms. It's made up of these terms. And so in standard form, we get this. So you can see. Again, it's in standard form because the exponents of x, they're decreasing as we go from left to right. Okay. Okay, any questions on this? Any other questions, I mean? So that's for adding, okay? Now what we want to handle is subtracting. I mean, subtracting is not, terrible. There's just an extra step or two you have to take, right? For instance, if we're subtracting this polynomial from this one, symbolically that means we're calculating this. Symbolically, that's what we're doing, right? Okay. Okay, well, remember, when you're subtracting, okay, you want to distribute this negative sign. You want to make sure you distribute that. And that's actually what I do here, right? I distribute the minus sign. Let me actually draw it for everyone. If I can get the pen. Oh boy, missed the blackboard. We have this, right? We distribute to each term. It's a minus sign. Right? And that's how we get what's here, right? We got minus 7x to the 4, okay? Minus 4x cubed. Minus is a plus, right? Sap and Sun rules. Minus again, that becomes plus. Minus plus becomes minus 1, as you can see. So that's what we end up with here. All right, now we have to look for like terms and combine them, right? So we have 12x cubed. Let me do this. Let me change the color of the pen actually. Might make it a little bit easier, I hope. So we have 12x cubed. Any like terms with that? Let's see, 3x squared, minus 3x squared, 1, minus 7. Oh, here we go, minus 4x cubed, right? So those two are going to be together. Minus 3x squared. What can we combine with that? 1 minus 7x to the 4. minus 4x cubed, 2x squared. So we're going to combine those two, as you can see. 1, we're going to combine that with minus 1. Okay? And it looks like the only thing left is minus 7x to the 4 and plus x. Okay, so now we combine like terms. And we get 12x cubed minus 4x cubed. That gives us 8x cubed. All right? Minus 3x squared plus 2x squared. That gives us minus x squared. 1 minus 1 is 0. Minus 7x to the 4 stays. Plus x, that also stays. Next, what we have is we just write it in standard form. Right? So this is the term of highest power of the highest. This has the highest power of x, so that goes first. This is second. Then we have minus x squared, then plus x, and that's it. You know, the 0 again, we don't have to write. You know, so this polynomial has 0 as a constant term. Well, it doesn't have one.